Carson-Newman wins the series opener 8-5 over the Anderson Trojans. Andrew Rogers here with the head coach of the Eagles, Tom Griffin for the Eagles Sports Network. Coach, probably one of the better wins this team's had this year out of the 21 you've gotten. Anderson came out, 4 hits, first 4 batters, scored 4 runs in the first inning, but you held him to 5 hits and 1 run over the last 8 innings of this game. We'll start with your pitching staff. Talk me through what you saw from Jackson Underwood after that first inning, and then obviously what Xavier Hart and Eli Norris did following after that.
Anderson's a good club. I mean, that's a good club. That was a good ball game today. I mean, I know, obviously we came out on the end, the winning end, but they got a good lineup, good arms. Underwood got hit around pretty good. I mean, they were squaring balls up. You thought, my gosh, how are you going to stop them? But Jackson's a pretty mature kid. He's been around. He was very, I ain't gonna say he was rattled. He was like, man, I got to figure this out, and gave us some good scoreless innings to keep us in it. We were able to, chip away a run or two here. The key though was Xavier. I mean, him coming in hasn't had a lot of opportunities to throw, and boy, he was dynamite. I mean, electric fastball, good breaking ball, and threw up zeros. And then, fortunately the bat started to come around a little bit because we had some runners on with 2 outs, weren't able to get the hit like we did at Limestone. But then that middle part of that inning, I thought, what Spencer Williams did and Floyd, there were some big hits, and Aiden Gibson really swung it well. So really encouraging to come on the road, be down early, and be able to get back in it. Use some guys that haven't been used a lot, especially on the mound. Like I said, starting Jackson, he was, an emergency fill-in for us, and I thought the guys handled it well, and our leaders handled it well in the dugout.
You mentioned the offense coming to life there, had some really good opportunities early on, and then you took advantage of those in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings to score 6 of your 8 runs there. What'd you see from your offense to stay with it, to really barrel up some balls there in the final 3?
Yeah, like we say, hitting's hard now. And like I said, they had 2 quality arms throwing, and it's not easy. I think early on, you got to be patient. You got to communicate with each other. I think our club has done a good job. When guys are coming back in the dugout, there's some talk, there's communication going on what they're seeing. And I think that helps hitters out as far as going in and having a plan to a certain degree, and then not missing your pitch when you get it. So that's been really encouraging. And hitting is about confidence, and you got some guys who, are confident right now. Even though they may not have a good at-bat or two, they realize that that's what this game is all about. You're going to get another opportunity. I think Logan Floyd, 2nd and 3rd, and, questionable call, in or out, down a little bit. Frustrating, because he's like, man, I felt like he took the bat out of my hands. Well, maybe, but so what? And can't show it because the game's going to put you back on stage again and be able to do something. And fortunately, he came up with some big hits. Boy, he hit the ball hard as well.
Yep. I want to ask you specifically about Xavier Hart, though, because he throws a career-long 4 innings in this game, a career-high 5 strikeouts. You briefly touched on it, but walk me through how proud you are of what he did today to really help continue to silence those Anderson bats.
Happy for him because, all he wants to do is pitch. There's more than just being able to want to play in our program. It isn't just I want to play in our program. There are other things that have to be done on a day in and day out basis that are extremely important. And I think Xavier has, over the last year and a half, has kind of understood and learned, hey, these are what the expectations are, okay? Here's what the expectations are. 1, you can try to exceed them. 2, you can just meet them, or 2, you can kind of go below what the expectations are. I think Xavier has grown tremendously as a player, as a person in our program, understanding what is needed day in and day out. So happy for him that he got his opportunity and took a lot of advantage of it. And happy for him because he loves to compete. He played for a really good friend of mine at Vincennes, Chris Barney, and Chris told us, like, he's just super talented kid, gaining confidence. His last outing got hit a little bit, but I felt like he handled that well even, it was like making good pitches, guys are hitting it. And again, it's another guy who has some experience under his belt with 2 years of junior college ball.